Okay, so we're going to start by popping the top cover. Just like any So there's quite a bit of honey. There's also quite a bit of comb or frame that is not ready. I might be a little premature in tapping the hive, but I think it's time. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the bottom piece off. I've got my handy dandy ball jar, put it in place. Okay, and I'm coming up frame 3, open up the top cap. Now I insert, so you can see it's my key, and I insert the key in about 6 inches and give it a quick turn. Another few inches, give it a quick turn. Another few inches, give it a quick turn, until I'm all the way in. Now at this point, the honey should begin to flow, and here she comes. You'll notice on the bottom of the frame here I do have a little bit of discoloration. That's actually cinnamon. I have a little bit of an ant issue. And while that is pouring, I will get another jar ready to go, which is something I didn't do the first time I did this. I didn't have a second jar ready, and I very quickly determined that I was going to run out of space in the jar long before the HoneyFlow was done. You can see a nice deep color on that honey. Now I can let this whole I can drain the whole frame if I want, or I can stop the flow a little earlier. I will probably let the whole thing go. Right now it looks like I'm going to get about a quart of honey. You can kind of see the girls moving around inside the frame in this area. They can't get out, and they also can't get out the top section here for exactly the same reason. Now the hive is actually sitting on a bottom frame that looks almost like a normal frame, except it does have about a 15-degree back tilt, so that the honey will flow this direction. Today it's about 83, 84 degrees as a high. I think right now it's about 82. You can see the flow is slowing down a bit, but nearly a quart out of the frame. Just went back over to the shop and got another tube, and I will actually start a second tube. It's always good to have a nice pair of pliers on hand. I I also built a little box frame here, as you can see, to put the jars on, because the very first time I did it, it was a little bit breezy and the honey was going all over the place. So you get it up close to the tube where it's coming out, and it works just fine. Alrighty, so I'm actually going to reset that first frame back into place. Which normals up the actual FlowHive. And by the way, the reason that I only go a couple inches at a time is if you try to crank this the whole frame at one time, what happens is you just don't have the strength to the bees have done a really good job of waxing up the cells, so it's a much harder effort to try to cap that off. So now that the flow, and as you can see, the second tube is starting now. This flow on the first tube is slowing down quite a bit. And again, as I said, Mark, be ready. Grab another jar so that if you need it, you got it. Okay, so I will let that one go. Alrighty, now that this one is nearly complete, I'm going to prepare to stopper it up. Okay, that one's all stoppered up. This one goes back into place. They've actually made kind of an ingenious little way of building this, such that if you haven't reset the hive to the proper configuration, this little top clip won't go into place. Cap that one. So there's 2 quarts in just a couple of minutes. So it looks like the camera actually stopped running while I was showing you what was going on. These 2 jars are coming off of frame 3 and 4. You can see that just a couple of drops at a time coming off of 4. 3 is still running a small stream. I may get a couple more ounces out of it, and then I will shut her down. Off of my other hive, which actually started this year as a swarm off of the first hive. And that's what she looks like on the side viewing port. A lot of the girls in here working and doing pretty well. A brood box deep, and then a brood box medium, and then the FlowHive Super.